Hi everyone, we're going to start this video with a big dilemma that I'm trying to resolve today, and that is which diffuser or which diffuser combination should I pair with my newly installed Akrapovic Exhaust. If you follow my channel, you know that last week I installed the Akrapovic Exhaust paired with my Active AutoWorks single mid pipe and my OEM downpipes, and the sound is absolutely amazing. And as much as I love the sound of this exhaust, there's one thing that doesn't sit well with me, and it's the fact that it's been designed to be used with an OEM diffuser or one of their own Akrapovic diffusers. My diffuser is a bit thicker, so the exhaust tips do not stick out enough. But in today's video, I'm going to try to remedy it, and what I'm going to do is it's probably going to upset a lot of people, but hear me out. I think there's a decent plan there. If you follow my channel, you know that at one point I ran my OEM diffuser that I plasti dipped black. Don't mind this this plasti dip peeling off. I just wanted to show how easy it is to remove it. But anyways, I kind of like this look, so this time instead of painting or plasti dipping it black, I decided to source a used unit, which is this guy. I got it on eBay for I think 80 bucks or so. So I'm going to be removing this one, I'm going to be installing this one, but that begs the question, what about the sides? The sides are actually something that I'm going to be addressing in the next video or two. I may have found a solution, so stay tuned for that. One of the things I also forgot to mention is that I do have to make a couple of adjustments. I need to raise the whole exhaust, but to do that, I need to adjust the actual mid pipe, because when we installed this exhaust, we couldn't touch one set of clamps because they were just so rusty, but now I got a replacement set of clamps. So this is going to allow me to basically lower if this is the muffler, it's going to allow me to lower this side, which will in turn raise the actual muffler, because the tips are sort of pointed a bit too much down for my liking. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Enjoy. So check this out, I've got the car up on ramps, and first thing you notice is that these tips do indeed sit a bit low, so I definitely need to adjust it. But this is also what I was talking about earlier. You see, these beautiful tips are hidden by this massive diffuser. So we're gonna see if we can come up with a solution now. Before we start messing with the adjustment, I'm going to replace this diffuser with the black one, just to see if maybe the stock diffuser actually does come down a little further down, so maybe I don't need to make any adjustments. So let's do that first, and if that still presents any issues, we're gonna adjust the exhaust. There we go. One of the benefits of me using the OEM diffuser is being able to use the foot opening function again. I've got to say, there's a lot of instances where I sort of wish it worked in the past, so this time I get to use it. So this is it in all of its glory. The diffuser, as you can tell, check this out, the tips stick out perfect, and I've got to say, it does look a bit more classy from the back. Now don't worry, we're gonna have side blades hopefully in the next video, but now it seems like we do have to adjust those tips because they do sit a bit too low, and this is what we're gonna do. See, I'm climbing under the car, and these are the clamps right there. These are the clamps that we did not want to touch with Brian because they seem to be in poor shape, so I got replacements just in case I snapped them. But the idea is to loosen them up, then loosen up the actual clamps that hold the muffler to the mid pipe and adjust everything up, and then once everything's adjusted, tighten it back, and that'll give us proper spacing. Let's loosen them up. The Active AutoWorks mid pipe uses 1.5 inch bolts, so let's get them undone. Hold down, snap. There you go. This is what happens when the company you buy exhaust from doesn't use quality components. The pipe itself is fantastic, but the hardware they use is just garbage. Seriously. Every single bolt that we used to adjust this exhaust, or rather this mid pipe, snapped. Every single one. And I've had it on for what, 2 years? So this goes to show you that the quality of hardware that you supply as a manufacturer to your consumer really, really matters. Okay, so let's see if loosening up the clamps was enough. So let's see, I'm gonna pull it down. Did it work? Maybe a little bit. So it looks like I do have to adjust the actual clamps that hold the muffler to the mid pipe. And these ones are about what, 5 days old? So they better not give me any issues. And these are the clamps that I had to purchase as a replacement, and this is what happens to the hardware after 2 years of driving. In my mind, this is absolutely unacceptable. Use stainless steel hardware if you sell this type of stuff. And for $1,000 that this mid pipe costs, I would expect better. But there are no other choices, so I have to replace it. What I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna reuse the bolts. I'm hoping the clamps are fine, and it's just gonna be this much easier for me to reuse the bolts, I think. And to those of you who wonder how to properly adjust the muffler and how it sits left, right, this is how you do it. So all the clamps are loosened up, and you basically just push it up by the tips, grab it at the bottom, and you can actually feel it move. And you sort of just eyeball the distance, not only up or down, but also left and right. So as I replace these bolts with the old clamps actually appear to be fine. I'm gonna use some NTCs, and hopefully this will prolong the life of these poor creatures. This is the NTCs that I always use. I'm gonna link in the description. It's a fantastic lubricant, and it's a great deal. Check this out. This is the old hardware that I ended up snapping every single one. This is just insane. But also, before we see what the car looks like on the ground, let me get you under the car to see exactly what things look like. Down here, you could see that all of this hardware is new. It's got NTCs on it. I put the clamps sideways just to give me enough clearance. And as you move down here, check this out. These are the clamps that I've adjusted. Again, not much to see here, but no leaks, no anything. I shook it and nothing is rubbing. And so now we're ready to properly unveil it. And we're done. And I've got to say, this gives the rear of this car a much classier look. And come on, don't tell me this doesn't look good. Look at this gloss black OEM diffuser, and you can now see how the tips stick out just perfectly. And look at it. There's just something about a naked rear that gives the car just a proper, classier look. I'm gonna take it for a quick photo shoot, so you're gonna see in detail what everything looks like. But I've gotta say, I'm very happy with it. Before I even edit this video, I know there's going to be a lot of you who will dislike it because of the fact that I removed this beautiful carbon fiber diffuser and I replaced it with something that's OEM. In my mind, I'm going through some sort of a phase, as I mentioned it months and months ago, where to me, simpler is starting to look classier. And every time I see a stock M3, I'm like, wow, this is actually really beautiful. So in my mind, this is a OEM plus, especially with this beautiful Akrapovic exhaust. But anyways, enjoy these quick photos and let me know what you think of it. Go easy on the hate by commenting down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. the diffuser that I currently have on my car. Let's leave it like that.